Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about 90 Day, The Last Resort, Season 1, Episode 3, One Last Time. Now before I begin, just like with any other video, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider joining the family. Hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments so I know what you thought about this episode and these couples. Like the video and tell a friend that Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom does the 90 Day The Last Resort, 90 Day Before the 90 Days, 90 Day the Other Way, and all the tell-alls. Okay, let's get started. So on today's episode, we're gonna pick back up with the hot tub scene with Molly, Kelly, Ed, Liz, and Angela. So when Ed is trying to explain why he felt he wasn't really cheating when a therapist had all the couples early in the day do like a trust exercise, they were all blindfolded and had to be led by their partner to see if they could get through this obstacle course. Everyone knows he cheated. Ed is just being real belligerent, not just to Kelly, he's being belligerent to Liz as well. Kelly is telling Ed, listen, why don't you let other people talk? Every time we're trying to explain something to you, you're over talking us. So then Ed gives like these empty threats like, you know what, you don't know about me pretty much. Ooh, I just rhymed. He said that I know, like, I don't know, some form of martial arts and I will take you down. Kelly is tired just of all the language that Ed is throwing and all the disrespect. Kelly's really holding his tongue and has like all evening and all at the activity. So Kelly says, you know what? I don't need this. You can have it. Listen, before anything goes down, I'm about to get out this hot tub. And in confessional, Kelly says that I'm a retired NYD police officer from the Bronx. And we don't take disrespect. So no matter what Ed thinks he could bring, he don't even want to go there. So Molly gets out the hot tub too. And so it's Liz, Ed, and Angela. And Angela's trying to get Ed to calm down. She's like splashing water in their direction. And Liz is saying, Angie, let me talk. Let me say my piece. Now, as Angela's going on and on, Liz just turns quiet. She's listening to Angela. She's not even being confrontational or nothing. And Angela is being Angela again, still going in. And you know what? Ed isn't saying anything to Angela. He's saying stuff to Liz like, you know, yeah, why don't you like take up for me? I'm your man. So when Liz gets out the hot tub, Angela gets out the hot tub too. So see, this is Angela inciting more and more drama. Liz is not saying nothing to her. Liz stops and says, you know what, Angie, I appreciate what you're trying to say, but again, you're not letting me talk. And now here comes Angela just all in Liz's face, like not just like in her ear, literally like 2 inches from her nose with her breath talking about, I will not take any disrespect. I won't do this. I won't do that. And so it took a minute for producers to even come and talk to Angela to get her away, because if Liz, in my opinion, even put her hand up to like, Angie, please don't, Angela probably would have popped her because Angela was looking for a fight. So when Liz and Ed make it to the room, Ed is now going in on Liz too, talking about, yeah, why didn't you stand up for me? Like, I'm your man. You're the one that should have been in my corner, but no, it's Angela. So Liz kindly took herself, got a pillow and some sheets, and spent the night on the sofa. And Ed made it seem like he was just like cool with the situation, like it's okay if she goes to sleep in there. The whole time Ed felt like he was being disrespected by Liz because she didn't stand up for him, which, okay, but you did cheat at the activity, so what's to stand up for you with? When people are saying like, why did you do that when it was a game of trust and you couldn't even take this activity serious? So then we see Angela huffing and puffing to her room about what happened. She's so oblivious about what happened. She's oblivious that she's actually creating more drama and bringing more problems to the surface when there's none that had to be there. I mean, if she felt like she had to take up for Ed, I don't understand why, because the conversation was with a group of people and she's like, oh, because I feel how Ed feels. I've been talked to down, like people don't respect me either. So I guess that was her way of sticking up for the underdog. Then we see Angela. She's actually FaceTiming Michael when she gets in the room. It's like maybe 2 a.m. like the next day. I believe like Nigeria is like maybe like 16 hours away. Calling Michael to wake him up, to tell him what happened at the hot tub. And of course, Michael is not going to go against anything that Angela says. We've seen this repeated history that he will just keep even keel, and what Angie says goes. Now, when we see Kelly and Molly, when they're still walking to their room, Kelly is saying to Molly that, you know what, Ed may fight with me, but I'm not gonna let anyone disrespect you. Now, Molly says, oh, really? I don't know about that. Kelly said, what? Why would you say that? That hurts me to hear you say that. Like I would let someone disrespect you. Molly tells Kelly, well, I don't feel like you're all in. I feel like you're complacent. I feel like you live like a bachelor. And she also said in confessional that Kelly acts like he's a knight in shining armor, but she needs to see more action. Kelly is blindsided by the things that Molly said. And I have to say, I'm a little surprised by what Molly had to say too, because the thing that she's talking about are clearly things that they're at the last resort to get counseling with to see if the relationship can continue. But in this moment right here, Kelly was talking about the incident at the hot tub, and Kelly telling Molly that, listen, no matter what goes on with me, I'm not gonna let anyone disrespect you. So yeah, Molly had the two situations merged into one, and yeah, I can see why that made Kelly upset. Moving to Kalani and Asuelu. Now, when we see them, they're in the room. Kalani was telling Asuelu that she decided that she was gonna block the hall pass hookup. And so she said that she was going to show Asuelu that she was willing to try and make the effort while they're here. Now, she said that she's going to do it just this one last time, because Kalani said previously that she was tired of Asuelu and his constant doing the things that he was doing behind her back. So when Kalani said to Asuelu, do you want to see me block the number? Matter of fact, do you want to push the button so you know that it's blocked? Asuelu said that he did, and after that, he asked Kalani if he could have a hug, and Kalani said, okay, sure. So when he reached in for a hug, he goes, how about a kiss too? Kalani said, we'll stick with the hug for now. Now, when we see Jovi and Yara again, it's still the bombshell going on in Jovi's head that Yara told her secret in front of the group. And even though she was asked, did they have any secrets, that she is on birth control. And Jovi didn't take that lightly. Jovi said that he felt like he was also blindsided by Yara's secret. So this evening, Yara decided she was going to set up a nice dinner for them, because she knows that Jovi is hurt behind her taking the birth control and him wanting another baby. So as they're having dinner, Jovi says, yes, he's still upset about the birth control and that he doesn't like how she brought it up within the group. I knew that was part of the problem, because when she said it, he looked at her like, what? I can't believe you said that, and you said it here. And Yara said that the reason why she said it in the group setting is because that's what we're here for. We're here for therapy, and I don't want to have any secrets. But Jovi said, well, how come you can't told either me before the whole group knew, or just me and you when we have our one-on-one? And so Jovi feels like his whole privacy has been breached, and that he's not used to going to therapy, so he's really not sure how this works. But what he does know is that he feels like this secret that Yara had, he doesn't like it. Now, Yara says that she just wants to move past things, that she's not ready for another baby right now. She feels that Jovi wants her to have another baby so that she will stick around, or like keep her back from what she wants to do. Because Yara, I believe she has an online business. She wants to travel. She wants to branch out while she's young and just, get things established. And then, depending on how the relationship continues to grow and flourish, then she'll consider having a baby. But right now, she doesn't feel that they're in the right spot for this. And Jovi brings up the fact that he can't trust Yara, that she's inconsistent with the things that she's been saying, not just the birth control, but her buying an apartment in Europe, and then her even moving to Europe. And he says, how can I trust you? How can I know that you're being genuine with me? And Yara said, listen, I'm not trying to keep secrets. I'm not trying to keep things from you, but you're being controlling to me by wanting to trap me pretty much with this baby. And then Jovi says, no, if anyone's controlling, it's you. Moving to the next morning, we see Kalani and her sister Kalani sitting down for lunch, and Asuelu is spending time with the kids. Kalani's telling her sister that at the resort so far, she's telling the people she's met that she feels cool, like Yara, Molly is cool, and she even said that she's met Ed and everybody. She said things were going good with her and Asuelu as far as the counseling goes. She's not really sure if things will really move forward, even though she did block her hall pass boo. Now, Kalani said, well, do you think you're going to take this therapy thing with your whole heart? Kalani said that she would and that she's really going to put in her best effort. But in confessional, Kalani said, you know, even though she's here for whatever her sister decides, she's also happy that she took that hall pass. And I remember when Kalani and Asuelu first came onto the scene in the 90-day franchise, oh yeah, it was a big thing with Kalani's family, and especially Kalani and Asuelu. They didn't care for him from the jump, so I don't think her sister cares either way if Kalani stays with Asuelu or not. She just wants her sister happy and her nephews happy as well. Now next, when we see Jovi and Yara, well, apparently last night after dinner, Jovi went out with Angela for a few drinks. And if you know Jovi, you know he has more than a few drinks. Jovi is a party boy. Yara is talking to Jovi. Jovi's sitting on the bed as if he's got a hangover or whatever's going on. He's in think mode. He cannot get past that birth control situation. So Yara says, Jovi, what were you thinking coming in this room with Angela at 2 a.m. waking me up? She goes, why do you think I was in the room? Because I was asleep and I didn't want to go to the bar. She said, how rude and disrespectful of you all to come in talking, playing music. You know there's other people here at this hotel, so why would you do that? Jovi brings up the fact again that, how do you feel about me doing something that you don't like? I don't think this is the same situation, Jovi. This is definitely not a tit for tat. So Yara says, you need to go to rehab. If you want to save this relationship, she said, I can't keep going through this. I don't want to keep having to feel like there's other women in my bed and other things like that. Now, she wasn't exactly clear about other women in the bed. So maybe did Jovi cheat previously in the past? Or was she talking about Angela being belligerent and maybe, who knows, maybe she scooted up next to Yara in the bed thinking it was cute, because I can see Angela doing something like that. So then when we see Angela, one of the counselors have requested to meet up with her to talk to her about the incident that happened last night with her and Liz. Angela doesn't feel like she's in the wrong at all. She feels like she had to protect Ed because she says she's been in predicaments like that where people are like trying to bully her, talk down to her, or feel less than her self-worth. So she felt like she had to protect Ed because Liz definitely wasn't. But then Angela says, if someone wants to come at me, I'm going to come at them stronger. And I'm like, who was coming at you, Angela? Nobody was coming at you, and especially not Liz. The counselor was trying to get Angela to see that maybe the things in your past is what's shaping your future and how you deal with issues or not. And I agree with Angela specifically, because it just seems like every time you see her, this is like a ticking time bomb going off for whatever reason. Even if the conversation or the drama doesn't belong to her, she always got to put her 2 cents in. So I don't know. Do you think the counselor has gotten to Angela, gotten through to her mind to make her think twice about what's really going on with herself and maybe how she's dealing with things in her own relationship? I don't think so. Now, when we see Ed and Liz again in the morning, Ed comes in the room where Liz is as if nothing has happened. He looks around, he's like, oh, it looks like a bomb went off in here, because Liz had some luggage open and there was like some clothes and different things everywhere. And Liz says, well, the majority of stuff belongs to you. And then Ed immediately goes into conversation about not standing up for him at the hot tub. He says, like, why did Angela have to stand up for me when you couldn't? Like, I'm your man. See, this is the reason why we don't see things eye to eye. And so Liz says, well, you won't let me talk. You talk over everybody who's trying to tell you something, and you just take over the conversation. And what does Ed do? He cuts Liz off with the conversation. He's pretty much telling her, this is not what I do when we're watching you do it in real time. So Liz gets frustrated. She says she can't take it anymore. She's upset. She leaves the room. Ed says to her, Oh, you're gonna leave? Just run, run, run. Just further antagonizing Liz. So Liz is outside. She calls her mom. She's on the phone telling her mom how she's upset with Ed. She goes over the details about the hot tub, and she just doesn't know what to do. She's tired of going down this same road with Ed, and I don't blame her. Ed is what, 57? Liz is 30. Liz, you can just see the stress on Liz's face. And you know what? Stress can do a lot of damage to one's health. But Liz's mom told her to calm down and things will be okay. But if I was there, you know I'd have something to say. So Liz's mom is doing her best to calm her down. But Liz has a lot on her plate when it comes to Ed, because Ed he's not ready. He's not ready. If anyone needs counseling, not group counseling, individual, is Angela, of course, on top of the list. Ed right behind her, followed by Jovi, followed by Asuelu, followed by Molly and Kelly. That was the end of this episode. Next week, we're going to see the couples meet with a pleasure-positive sex counselor. Now, I've never heard anyone say sex therapist like that, but that's who they're going to meet with, a pleasure-positive counselor, to give tips and tricks and whatever else they can get to help the couples in the intimacy part or find different ways to be intimate. And then we're going to see Michael and Angela in the hot seat. So, all right, everyone, thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and leave your comments. And until next time, everyone, live simply, be grateful.